Hello friends, and welcome back to Candy's Crafty Closet. I wanted to show y'all how I did a breakdown of this little bitty booklet right here because I did not have enough room in the video that I did for the paper smash of this right here, this beach house by DCWV. It was just going to be way too long, so I figured I would do a separate video of this little booklet. It is so sweet. It has little flips and flaps all through it. And I learned how to make this here. And it is so simple and cute, but also has so much hidden personality. So we are going to go through and make this little booklet together. So if you're interested, this is the collection that we will be working from, Beach House. Beautiful collection. So first off, we are going to make our cover panels. Now these are going to need to be a little bit thicker where they can stand up a little bit better. And you can see that this is going to be busting full. So I should have used bigger spirals with these, but I did not have them. And this time around, I am going to use a different size so it will look a little bit better. We're going to go up to the 1/2 inch size, but you can see that these are a 3:1 pitch. This is a 2:1 pitch, so it's not going to be exactly the same, but pretty similar. But I'm going to be able to use my cinch with this size. So you are going to be making a booklet that is 5 by 4, so you're going to cut your sheets down to 6 by 5. I cut this one to 6 and 5 1/4. I don't know why, but that is what we did. So we are going to decide what is going to be our front, what is going to be the outside. The other one is pretty heavily orange already. I know that this was going to be my back. And then I think this gold was going to be my front. This is going to be my front journaling tag. What would look better? I think that stands out pretty well. Okay, so we're going to turn it over to the side that we do not want, and we're going to glue this in the middle. As long as you have at least 1/4 of an inch all the way around, you're gonna be good. Now this cardstock here, it is, oh, what weight are you? I don't want to tell you wrong. So I want to say this is the 80-pound cardstock. If I'm wrong on that, I'm so very sorry, but I want to say this is the 80-pound. It is a little bit thicker. It's like the kind that you would use for like the outside of your cards. We're going to cut our corners off, leaving a little bit at that point. Usually I fold down my edges first, where we have kind of a template. I didn't do that. What are we thinking? That one's too much. I want to get one of those tools that you just put on the corner. But also, I don't like relying on tools. I want to be able to show y'all, if you are truly a brand new crafter trying to do this, I want y'all to be able to do it without having to have all the tools. And then we're going to score that down all the way around and glue it. And this gives such a good finish to your front album cover than to just do like 2 pieces of cardstock, glued together. Then you have these pretty edges, and it's nice and thick, so it's going to stand up to a little bit of wear and tear. Come up, hold that one, hold that one. And then I wanted this for my inside. We are going to round the corners with our smallest corner rounder, just where it'll look a little neater. We want to make sure that we are doing the blue down, make sure it fits before we stick it, because I cut all of this paper the other day. Now this one, instead of it being a 4x5, it is 3 3/8 by 4 4/8. So it has just 1/8 of an inch all the way around it where it'll be matted. You could go straight to your edges if you would like. I like the way it looks when it has some matting behind it. Now this foiled paper, make sure you do like one more pass of glue than you would with your regular paper. Sometimes it's a little slickety. It's not very absorbent. Stick that down. We're going to move on to our next panel. Okay, I want that to be my outside. I want to go just like this. And this time, to make it easier, let's do our folding first and then cut our edges, because I couldn't see kind of where I was going last time. It's really quick all the way around and get a little bit of a score line, and now you can see that that's what I'm going for right there. Right there. If you go all the way to that corner and you don't leave just a little bit of allowance, then you can see your cardstock underneath. And then this way, it just makes a good point. So that one, a little bit too long. My camera stopped recording on me because my battery died. But we have both of our covers done. So we're gonna set those aside. Actually, no, we're not going to set it aside. We are going to put our pocket on the front. We're going to have this journaling card here and then this pocket. So let's do that. Now, do we want to put the rope on there like the other one? We have these two pieces here that would fit perfect. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And now that we have our little rope border on this, we are going...
You need to look at the blue. It's sticking to there.
It is.
How about to do that, Mama?
Static. We're going to put glue on 3 sides of this to make it a pocket. We're going to bring it all the way over to the side because we need to leave room for our spirals over here. Okay. And later on, we'll probably put like a sentiment or something there, but then this card will go inside here. I'll probably round the corners or something later on. We're going to put these 2 pieces aside. Now at this stage, I figured out what order I wanted my pages without the extra flips and all the things. So let me just take my extras out. All right, next what we are gonna work on is this panel right here. We're going to make this feature. So before we do anything, we need to put this piece onto here. See how it has the little flap? And you can make this any size you want, but this one here, I made like a little less than 3 inches. So we're gonna take this and I'm going to score it at a little less than 3. And we're going to glue this down to our page. This one here is our main page in our notebook. You can build your notebook first and then do all of this, whatever order you are feeling like that day. We're going to put this in here, just like that. That score line right up to the edge. You can bring it around if you so need to. And just like that. All right, now I cut these the exact same size. They're just slightly bigger than that, so whatever overhang I have, I'm going to leave on these. And we're going to glue these down. What do we have on that one? Okay. So we're going to do this panel first. Or you can do this panel here, whatever you would like. Turn it over and we're gonna do this one. Make sure we're gonna be the same size, and we are not. We've got to turn this way. So I would rather them go that way. So they're just slightly longer than my cardstock underneath, and that's fine. Oop, we did not line it up. Can we squidge it? And if you need to, you can always trim that little bitty bit where you're not seeing it. That's another good reason to have it out of your book still, because then you can manipulate it a little bit better. We're going to scallop both of these edges. And put our pocket onto this sheet right here. And want it right in that other little scallop right there. And I'm going to take this sheet and we are going to put it down on our main page. Oh, when that starts happening, I take my metal tip off and then run it through the opposite way. Sometimes there's just like some gunk in there. Clean that off. Oh yeah, we pass through a lot easier now. While we've got it off, go ahead and do that hole. I only have one of these. Oh great, train's gonna come by. Yeah. So while this train is blowing, I'm gonna get this glued down. And we're gonna take this one and glue it down on the opposite side. As you can see, I am leaving a blank here. I did that for my spirals, and it was enough for my other ones. I'm thinking with the other ones, it's gonna probably come over onto this paper. I think it's gonna look fine. But that wider spiral, it's gonna be a little different, but it's okay. All right, so that feature is done. See? And all we have to do now is do our little tuck spot here. So I just pick a spot on this and I do a line. It's a bit thickish right there. Oop. And we're gonna lay it down right there. And then where it meets down here, put a line. Did we get to the end of this one? Just a tiny bit of glue right there. And then we trim that off. Ooh. It's gonna be hard to get right up against this. That would have been easier to do before we put that page on. This bottom piece should not be any problem. Yeah. don't remember being difficult last time. And there we go. There's our tuck spot. Ah, crap. Ah, I forgot to do a feature. We weren't supposed to glue this down completely. We were supposed to leave a poqueta for this. Ah. Dang it. We will have to use this somewhere else. Because on this one, there was a pocket right here. Dang it. We weren't paying attention to our details. We were just trying to get through it. This here is going to be our next feature. So we are going to be adding on a panel onto our main sheet here. And that's how we create this. And we are going to take this panel here. It is 4 inches by 8 inches, and we are going to score at 3 inches here and 3 inches here. Then we are going to take our original panel for our book, and we're going to add this in just like we did the other one. I'm going to lay this one down on top of it. Going right up to that score line, nestling it in, making sure they're even. All right, next we're going to work on the inside panels. So this one here is just going to be simply stuck down. Now since I did leave out that pocket in the one, I could make one of these a pocket, but I think there is enough going on back here. I don't think that's the one. It's gotta be the one. Oh, well, we're going to add in a strip to pretty that up because we did not cut that one the right size. Okay, let's glue down this one. And this one here is going to have our belly band. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's getting away from us. That one. Those both come up on either side. Then we need to cut down our belly band just a little bit. I think we're just going to cut off that extra bit on either end. Round all the corners for this one, just where it looks tidy. And then on each side of this, just a touch. Right there in the middle. While that is setting up, we're going to move over to this panel here. Now when I put this panel on, you're going to see that this one, the measurement is slightly off too. This is what happens when you cut all your stuff ahead of time, trying to save time for the camera. You make mistakes. It's okay, we'll just trim that little bit off once we get the other side on. But here we're gonna have our little side tuck pocket. So we're going to scallop the edge of that one and go across the bottom and up to make our side tuck. And we don't want to go to the edge of this. We want to go to the edge of our paper because we are going to trim that. You could have waited to put that on if you wanted. We're going to live dangerous. This is my little card that I meant for here. So that will go there. And why don't we do sideways one, and we'll put kind of a decoration on that one. So there we go. We already have, oh, we decided to do 2 flips for this one. So now we have our 2 flips. Now we're going to go to this side over here, and this one we're just gluing them all down. You could make this a pocket. I think I actually might. Let's glue these down. Now I think I'm gonna take this little scrap right here and put it, do I want it here or here? I think I want it here. Do that, we're gonna take off our anchor. Let's just round the tops. Now this piece of paper I don't think was from this collection, but somehow it got with it and it's close enough. So now we have a little pocket there, and we'll just do some decorating on this. We might add some scraps for some tucks or something, but that little feature is all done. Which way did we do it? So now this little feature totally matches this one. We just need to put a strip here. Kind of want this. This was the top of the journaling tags. Let's just go ahead and put this. And it'll look like a decorative element, and only we will know that it wasn't a decorative element. Cut that off. And we want to come in. Oh, no. We almost trimmed the wrong side. And we want to trim this side. Wait. Let's look at this side. It didn't quite meet that one. Okay. Right, there we go. And believe it or not, guys, we only have one more panel left. We have one little feature page left. This one here, which is a pocket on either side. Alright, so let's start with this panel here. Do we want the blue up? It's going to be up against our back, and it's already blue. So let's go with the gray up. Or tan, whatever that would be. Around the corners of our pocket. Let's do a scallop on the top again. Let's not do the orange since we're doing the orange on the other side. Let's do the gray. About right there. Let's turn her over. We're going to do the silver or the gold. Now we're going to do the gold side up, because this is the paper that is on our back cover. So we want it to be contrasting. I want it this way. there is a little bitty bit of overhang. Trim that off. And here we are going to do a pocket. Just on the sides and down the back of it, and this pocket is going to be oriented to the side all the way to the edge right there. Okay, now we are ready to hole punch and cinch. Can you believe it? That was pretty quick. Now I've backed y'all all the way out where you can see my nasty desk and all of my scraps everywhere. But I got this lovely cinch on Facebook Marketplace for like half the price of what they originally are. If you can find one used or lightly used, this one was still in the box. It did not have the English instructions, but it's okay. There's plenty of people online teaching us how to do this. So hopefully I can show you how to do it, but if I mess up on this part's not a tutorial. We are learning on this. This is its first debut on this channel. So I made a little template for the size rings that I already had. This is the one that is the 3-to-1 pitch, and then these are the 2-to-1 pitch that the cinch will do. The cinch will only do 2-to-1 pitch. I got all excited and ordered some binder rings and then realized that they were not the right size for the cinch. But it's okay. I'm going to show you in another video how to do these, but for time's sake, because this has already been a long video, we're going to do the 1/2 inch with the cinch with the 2-to-1 pitch. And how I determined that was I put it up to it and I can still see a little bit over it. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch. A whole inch would go on here, but there would be a lot of play. So we're going to try to do a 1/2 inch and just see. I did just get this box in. This comes in bulk from Amazon. So we're going to use gold. Since we have so many gold accents and now we have options, we're going to use the gold option. Just because it is pretty. Let's see if we can get one out of here without destroying the whole box. We did it. I have cut 6 lengths of this cord right here. And you can conveniently just place it right there and your machine will hold it for you. You can't even see what I'm doing. You put it right here on the side and it conveniently holds it for you. And now I know that I'm going to be putting this run right at the 1 inch. If you can see that, it's kind of hard from your vantage point. Let me see. There is a ruler on here. I'm putting my page at 1 inch. This little slider bar does slide out, but it's not going to help me very much with this measurement. So I'm going to go to 1 inch, slide all the way in, and punch. So I'm looking at the back of my card, and we're just going to simply flip it on there. Are we doing this right? I feel like we're doing this backwards. Yeah, because that's our very last page. I misspoke earlier. This is our very last page, not our very first page, our very last page. So we're looking at the back of these pages, and you can do a couple at a time. So let's do these at the same time. Line them up to the 1 inch line. Press them all the way in. Pull down. And you can set this to however many holes that you want. I'm not explaining this a whole bunch because I don't want y'all to think this is a tutorial, because it is definitely not. I am as much of a learner on the cinch as you are at this point. That is our 3-panel. Let's do our other vellum. We're going to do this sheet here. This is actually our first sheet. Let's pull our tag out. Put our tag back in there. One last sheet of vellum. Looking at the back of it, it's hard to tell with this vellum. Whoa. Don't let it jump around like that. Now we are ready to score our front. Now our front is bigger than our back, remember. The front is 5 by 4 and our insides were 4.5 by 3. So this one, instead of going to the inch, we're going to go to the 1/2 inch mark. And that should be center. We're getting scared. So we're going to use this as a guide. No. We are not going to go to the 1/2 inch mark. We are going to go to the 1.25 inch mark. 1.25 inch. That looks center. Okay. Pull down hard. It will go through all those layers. And you want to be looking at the inside of your back cover. So we're looking at our back cover right now. We're going to the 1/4, actually it's the 3/4, I guess. Mark. And pulling down. Now when you put that on, you're going to be looking at the inside cover of your book. Okay, we're going to hold this on and take it off. This is the part where I'm a little bit confused on. You turn your cinch around and we are going to set it to 1/2 inch because that is how big this is. And then, like, do I bring this all the way down and then crimp, because that seems to do it best, or like do I do it a different way? Because right here there is a little area to put your spring in and you squeeze it down. Like I said, I am still learning, but this is the way I've been using it. I put my finger in there, which is probably not safe, and hold it the best I can in my little book. Then as it starts closing, I just pull my finger out. Because this flat part has to be up against this back part. And that's hard to do. Like, do I need to flip it this way? Maybe I do it like that. Maybe I put my book down and then press those to the back. That's actually easier. Let's try that. And then when you push down and it's set to 1/2 inch, it knows to only crimp to there. And it did. Sorry if you can hear my kids. I hear them coming up the stairs. Let's do it just a little bit tighter. Okay, yeah, I like that better. It's a little bit tighter. All right, now this is what we are looking at. I'm still not confident that I'm doing the cinch right, but that is pretty much it. Then you bring your little back piece of round. See, it's still a little squared. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Please tell me if y'all know what I am doing wrong. But there's our little book. And it still works, even though our spiral is not perfect. We have our little flip feature here. We just need to add in our tags and our different decorations. And then we are ready to go with this little bitty journal. And then in the back, you have your very last page. Comes around. And you wanted this on the inside, and like this is supposed to be on the top of these wires, I think. But you want this on the inside of your book, not the outside, just for aesthetics, and just where it looks a little bit better. I'm probably gonna play around with this and see if I can get it a little bit better, but basically that is what you do. And there we go, we have our 2 little booklets. And if you would like to see the video where I did the entire paper pad smash of this beach house collection, I will have that tagged right up here. And if y'all would like to see how to do a notebook without the cinch, it was kind of actually easier, but I think with the bigger rings it would be a little bit more difficult because it'd be harder to bend. But if you want to see that video when I make it, I'll have it listed up here, but as of right now I have not made that one. But I do think that the 1/2 inch was a better size because now it's not like standing up and it actually has room to lay down. And I haven't put my cards in here yet, but still much better size for this. I like it a lot more. I hope that y'all will join me here in Candy's Crafty Closet for another project very soon, and I'll see y'all later, guys. Bye.